saving money is never about, I think, how much salary you get or how big it is. It's more of the discipline. It's more of what you prioritize. As you also go through life, parang mag-iiba yung mga definition mo kung ano yung gusto mo. Parang kahit sabi ko, retirement, 60 years old yan. Pero when you realize it and you study it, retirement really isn't a function of age. It's a function of how you prepare it. That, okay, if no more employment income comes in,
right,
you can be okay, and that can be in your 30s or 40s or 50s or 60s. So as long as you're in that path going to step 100, you will learn a lot of things na it will allow you to tweak you to where you also want to go, na yun pala talaga yung gusto mong gawin later on.
Ano yung nakita mo na eye-opening financial trends for you?
I think in terms of shifting, the pandemic has brought people to the fact that madaming mga bagay na madi-digitize, meaning e-commerce, streaming, finance, and everything else in between. Even though nagbubukas na yung economy ngayon, we're starting to travel. Those that made a lot of money because everything was closed, they're the ones that are hit right now.
Right.
Shopify, Zoom, Netflix, etc. Everything that's digitized, everything that's online, I think that's the way to go.
This is Life at the Crossroads.
So ito, alam ko Marvin na you are an advocate, if that's okay to say, of investing in cryptocurrency.
Really?
Baka may nakikinig na hindi pala pwede tayo banggitin eh. Hindi mo na made-deny kasi pwede siyang i-check up sa YouTube, di ba? Marami siyang pinag-uusapan doon tungkol dyan.
Joke lang.
Okay, are you or are you not?
Yeah,
I mean,
of course. It's the future.
For the record na to, ha?
Hindi naman advocate, pero siguro nag-change lang yung pananaw ko about cryptos because I heard about cryptos 2013. I went in 2018. Pero when I learned about it, I just thought about it like a normal traditional financial asset na para siyang stocks, parang ganoon. But when you drill in deeper, this is the underlying technology of it is something that can change the world. And yun, I wanted to be part of that na while this is all happening, I wanted to be in the thick of it. I wanted to be
big words.
So parang a decade ago, parang sabi ko, I wanted to be part of bringing 1 million people in the stock market in the Philippines. Ngayon, we're over 1 million people already. Pero ngayon, it's the same excitement for crypto na parang the whole trust right now is bringing the next billion users. So I want to be part of that 30, 40 years from now when everyone starts talking about ano nangyari, how did crypto start? I want to be part of that I could actually say that I was there. I wasn't just a spectator. I wasn't just an investor, but I was right in the middle of it. And kaya that's why I do the YouTube videos also, para it's there forever. So parang I can actually say, no, hindi, nag-start ako, mag-invest at that time. So it's game-changing. And because it's so new, not a lot of people understand it. Pero it's something worth building on top of. So that's why I'm excited about it. And I've never felt this excited. I guess it's the same excitement as compared to when I started stocks 2000 in my early 20s.
Wow.
So something like that. So
wow, big words, ah. So I was going to ask you, how much confidence do you have in the crypto space? And I guess, pwede ko bang tanong to? How have you benefited from it so far? Gusto ko nga sana sabihin, how much have you benefited from it so far? Pero kasi baka maraming nanonood and na hindi ayaw i-disclose ni Marvin yung mga ganyan. So, you can answer that, right? I mean,
anong tanong ulit? Anong tanong ulit?
Nakagano, na lang, beep. Alright, i-beep nyo na lang siya.
Anong tanong?
So, ang tanong ko, for the record, is how much confident are you in the crypto space? And how, alisin ko na lang yung much. How have you benefited from it?
Okay. I think it's so early that 99% of the cryptos that we see right now will not be relevant in the next 10 years. Wow. So it will, parang .com lang yan, that the good ones are the ones that will remain. So it's when people say crypto kasi they lump everything up na lahat yan it's gonna move forward but not really. I'm only confident with the ones that I know that are really good. Pero even if I'm confident with the ones that I know are really good, they might even be the ones that in 3 days they might even go to zero, and that has happened also. So
Okay.
99% I think won't be relevant in a decade. The 1% that will be really really good will change the world. They will be the Amazons, they will be the Facebooks, they will be the Googles of this world. They will be probably the Teslas of this world also. How confident I am with it? It's competing with my stock market portfolio. Parang ganun na. That's how I'll say it. That so if you ask me, am I okay to put everything in crypto? I'm okay
That's
to put
a good question.
I'm okay to put everything in crypto. Zero fiat. I'm okay with that.
Awesome. Okay, guys, lahat ibenta niya na pati yung mga luma niyo sapatos. Okay, Marvin, do you think crypto is for everyone? Because the way that you are talking about this, and this is especially for everyone who wants to know about the space, right? Kasi it's new, right? It's new, at least in the Philippines. Parang ngayon lang tayo talaga nag-blossom, but I know in other countries, matagal na nilang practice ito. Do you think it's for everyone? Kasi like what you mentioned kanina, you think also that 99% of what they see in the space, baka hindi siya tumagal. And the top 1%, yun talaga yung will change the world. Pero syempre, parang ang tanong doon is, how can we figure out what that top 1% is, especially if we're talking about staking what we have into the future. Future that what you're saying is a world changer, a game changer.
Napaisip pa nga ako kasi napamat tuloy ako. If there are 14,000 cryptos right now,
Okay.
if I say 1%, that's 140. So do I actually think there's 140 projects right now that are really, really good? Probably there's lesser than that pa nga eh.
Wow,
Pero,
okay.
pero I'll say this. Couple of things I wanted to clarify. The Philippines, unbeknownst to many, we have one of the largest, fastest growing wallets ng crypto sa buong mundo.
Wow.
So when people talk about the Philippines, mas excited sila sa Philippines kasi adoption dito it's faster than other countries.
Okay.
Number 2, it's not a question whether crypto is for everyone eh. It's technology eh. May curve yan eh. Na,
Okay.
meaning when I say curve yan, nung 2008, we were one of the few people na merong Facebook. Yung magulang natin di nagfe-Facebook. Pero dumating yung time na nagfe-Facebook na rin sila. Tapos may mga time nung 2008, yung mga tao na ayaw ng Facebook, pero because everyone's in Facebook, that's the only way they can communicate with people via Facebook, napilitan sila mag-Facebook. So that's what I see crypto as. It's just technology. That there will be early adopters, there will be people who will come at the middle na nagkaroon na ng mass adoption, and then there will be people at the later end of the curve kasi everyone is using it. Wala na silang choice. Baka wala nang gumagamit ng paper money or fiat. Everything is already crypto. But
Right.
they also have no choice to adapt. So it's not a question of if it's for everyone. It's just like any other technological device that people who stopped using typewriters kasi wala na nagbebenta and they had to transition into a desktop, and that's where I think crypto will be. So
Wow, that's a good way to answer that. So, ito Marvs, kasi alam ko, si Marvin, if you've been watching his videos also, and whenever he would do his talks, ito yung question ko sa iyo eh. Kasi alam ko, also talking about investments, because is it safe to say that if you're in the crypto space, you are looking for ways to invest your money?
because it's volatile and because it has appreciation, a large chunk of the people see crypto that way. Oh, correct,
Right.
correct.
Okay. So, I know that you also say this na there are also different types of investors, right? So, may investors na siguro mas aggressive, may investors na long-term, mag-iwan ka ng pera dyan, mag-invest ka dito, balikan mo after 10, 20 years, nag-appreciate na yung pera mo. But when it comes to crypto, how can you or what can you say to those who want to benefit from the space? Pero ang concern nila, kasi young adult, syempre, hindi naman agad-agad lahat sila may money to put into this, to benefit from it materially, where ito na talaga yung pwede nilang gawin, right? So, paano advice mo sa kanila? Like, pwede ba silang mag-go into this and really benefit from crypto, even if they're doing work, like an 8-hour job? Will it make a difference kung, let's say, they don't really spend so much time in this, especially bago yung space?
Okay, that's a good question. So many ways. Number one, crypto is you don't need a large amount of money to start so you can actually try it even if you're working. $11, $10, pwede ka nang bumili ng crypto. So it's not mas mahal pa real estate, mas mahal pa ibang bumili ng stocks,
True.
mas mahal pa yung ibang bonds na pwede mong bilhin. It takes more money to actually enter those asset classes. For crypto, it's not as much Pero ito pa yung interesting. If you think you don't have the budget to be able to start it, I always tell people this the best way for you to get into crypto is tell people to pay in crypto. So parang zero risk sa'yo kasi wala ka na linabas dun kung meron kang bayaran ka na lang nila yung crypto. So even if it goes to zero, your cost for it isn't as much kasi it didn't come from your savings you got paid for it.
So parang lesser din yung risk sa'yo. Diversify mo lang yung, I guess, your fiat assets, parang ganon. Okay, good. When you talk about crypto and the space, I know that you mentioned earlier, there's a lot of crypto assets. Maybe you can share to the audience kung ano-ano yun. Like, for example, I wrote here and I have to do some research also because even if I'm into the space, I'm not really like you. Hindi ako Marvin Germo #. Ang tanong, can you maybe expound on some of the crypto assets? Like, I know there's NFTs, there's play to earn, there's trading, there's staking. I guess those assets give you also ways to earn from the space. So, how would you differentiate each? At saka, ano yung best maybe for you, in a way, if you can define it that way?
Okay, so what you mentioned, medyo they're all not related to each other. They're
Okay.
not all assets. Pero so I'll go
Okay
first
lang,
with
3 hours to.
I'll go first with yung sinabi mo about staking and earning.
Okay.
Those are mechanisms that you can use in order for your token or your crypto to actually make money. So
Okay.
it's agnostic of anong crypto yun as long as may mechanism sila to reward you with more crypto. That's what basically it is. Na parang instead of sa bangko, lagay ka pera, they give you an interest rate. Yung difference nga lang sa bangko, essentially pag nagbigay ka ng pera sa bangko, pinapahiram mo yung pera mo sa bangko and then they pay you for you lending your money to them. In crypto, there's so many ways and if I discuss it here, it will look more complicated already in a way that you're not actually lending your money to them. For some, pwede mo siyang ilagay to validate, this magiging technical to validate a node, and because you're validating a node, you get rewarded for upholding the blockchain. So that's part of it also that you earn off of that. To clarify also, meron din pala mga protocols that papahiram ka ng pera or crypto, and because you lend crypto, you get also paid in crypto. May mga ganun that there's what you call decentralized finance. It's a mirror of traditional finance. Lahat ng meron sa traditional lending, borrowing, insurance, trading, whatever's in the traditional finance world, decentralized finance has it. So medyo broad yung question mo kasi it's talking about the earning mechanism or yung use cases, and then different din yung tokens na attached to it. So
Right.
so yun.
So siguro you can give us like a simple explanation of how you can make money from, let's say, NFT, and then maybe from, is it safe to say na trading? Like you actually get into crypto, get a token, or certain coins. So parang, I guess for me, yun yung main differences. May iba pa kasi, which is play to earn. Iba na rin naman yun, I guess. Pero yung those two things, I think na large, I guess they have a large, parang many people can get into it. So, paano mo explain yun?
Okay. Para sa akin the easiest way to earn from NFTs is to create the NFT yourself. Kasi it's, na lang yun
Di ba mahirap yun?
Wala kang capital mo lang doon, oras tsaka pagod
Okay.
Or yung skill set mo And depending on what chain you put it, may mga chain na mas mahal to be able to put it up. Pero essentially, that's still cheaper than buying the NFT yourself. Kasi the way you make money off NFTs is someone will buy it from you at a higher price. So that could be that you bought someone else's NFT and then you sell it, someone buys it at a higher price, or you make the NFT yourself and someone buys it from you. Totoo that sa sobrang dali niyang gawin, na anyone can do it, yun din yung counterpart niya, because anyone can do it. It becomes so hard already also to get yourself out there. So
Yes.
may halong ano na rin yun na you have to market it well.
Marketing.
You need to know who will buy it from you, or at least meron kang market that will be ready to buy it for. Pero if ako, wala akong capital pambili ng NFT, I'll figure out ways on how I can create my own and then sell it. So that's one. Someone who's willing to buy it for you at a higher price. Number two is there are some NFTs that give you, they call it airdrops, meaning when they give you an airdrop, they give you another corresponding NFT. And yung NFT na yun, probably you can also sell that. So even without you selling the first one that you actually own, because there's an airdrop, what you get from the first one gives you revenue. And then pangatlo, may mga NFTs also that give you tokens or other cryptos based on the NFT that you own. And then yung other cryptos na yun, you can also swap that into other assets or other forms of money that you like also. So you don't have to sell your NFT to benefit from it. In the same way as if you want to also get rid of it, you can also sell it. Ano pa? There are some NFTs kasi that give you access, and then yung access na yun can also give you opportunities to earn later, or either for business ventures, or for example, may mga NFTs kasi that give you admission to certain things and to certain perks and from there people use that as a way for them to generate more business also. So in its simplest form, pag binenta mo, dun ka kikita, pero there's so many ways for you to get something off NFTs that's above and beyond you selling it at a higher price.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, ako personally, I thought yun lang siya. Like, I purchased an NFT, parang art, di ba? And then I purchased at a price today, kung ano man yung price dictated by the owner, and then I wait for certain years and then resell it at a higher price. Pero yung ina-explain mo kasi, it has more utility attached to it. So I never realized that yung pagpapagawa ng sariling NFT, I think yun yung mas complicated. So kung gusto nyo matutunan yun, why don't you just follow Marvin sa YouTube account niya?
Actually, it's not as
It's not complicated.
It's not as complicated because and there, of course, if you're gonna make a massive project, syempre you need people who are good at design and coding for it. Pero there's a lot of platforms na JPEG lang, upload mo yung JPEG, yun na, NFT na siya.
I see.
So
Okay.
there are platforms that make it easy for people to enter it and then upload it as an NFT. Pero yun nga lang, yung kapalit nun is, since madali siya, madami kayo nandun. So since
Right.
madali siya, everyone's there.
Yeah.
That will become also your competition also later on. So it generally becomes harder that way.
Interesting. Okay. So for, I guess, final question about NFT, can you name, Marvs, like some of those platforms that they could find or they could buy or they could upload so that they can see for themselves?
Okay, so what people need to realize is this: when you hold an NFT, it really stays in your wallet. As in, it's the whole context of crypto is ownership. So when you buy the NFT, it stays in your wallet. Yung mga sites na yun, hindi talaga siya site na dun mo siya ilalagay. It's a site lang where how do I explain this? It's a marketplace where people get to see what's being bought and sold. Pero unlike certain marketplaces na sa traditional world na pag nagbenta ka doon, kailangan may physical inventory na nandun. Ito, you can have one NFT posted in different marketplaces. Iba-ibang marketplace because you don't ship your NFT there. The only time your NFT gets shifted is this marketplace. Someone already buys it from you, then mata-transfer doon. So to answer your question, two things. You just need a wallet. Pero depending on what chain you want that NFT to be in, the largest chain for NFT right now is Ethereum. Second largest probably is Solana. Then the largest marketplace where it gets posted is OpenSea. So yun.
Okay, there. So you got some of the names from Marvin. So important yun, i-check nyo how to get into that, how that will work for you. And then we move on to the next, Marv. So ito na yung, I guess, trading part, or siguro parang just for them to get into the space na cryptocurrency, let's say, having their own tokens. What are the steps for them to start that process? To start that process na they can step into having their own investments in cryptocurrency. For example, saying clearly, siguro for me, parang how can they have their own Bitcoin? How can they purchase that? How can you purchase certain tokens? Para lang kasi for me, when it comes to these things also, mahirap kasi na everything is just conceptual. You have to also try it out for yourself and see, tumataas nga yung value ng ng investment mo in that. So ano yung ways na
Okay.
pwede mo ibigay sa kanila, especially for those who are starting?
So two ways. Number one is, as what I mentioned earlier, we talked about wallets.
Okay.
So they can just download a wallet
Okay.
where that stores crypto. Second is they can get it via an exchange. So unahin ko yung wallet. When you download the wallet, the simplest way for you to be able to get your crypto is use a credit card.
Okay.
Then may mga ibang wallets doon diretso na. Pag nag-credit card ka, it will be credited to your wallet. It's the easiest way, it's the most convenient way, pero if you want to do that for the long term, that's the most expensive way. Like anything naman, anything that's convenient, sometimes it's more expensive. So, but if you just want convenience and you want to try it, wallet, credit card.
Okay, got
Second is exchanges. Siguro the best way for people to think about it is money changers, sa traditional or money changers sila, or
Good.
sa mga nagtra-traditional investments, parang stockbroker, parang ganun. So,
Right.
so they can open an account with platforms like that. It's all online naman.
There.
And then to fund it, pwede rin credit card. Pero
Okay.
again, pero just to, I think for a lot of people who are starting out, not using the credit card option is a bit it's harder for them to understand it. So it's okay if you're starting, get the wallet or get the platform, then just use credit card at first.
Okay.
Just so you get your initial
Right.
crypto, whatever you want there. Then when you get the hang of it, they have other methodologies where you get to buy crypto. They call it peer-to-peer. That's
Right.
relatively cheaper. Pero I think maybe later on na yun when you already have a grasp of how the ecosystem works also.
Right, okay.
Siguro-
So, kung hindi
sorry.
naman credit card, pwede namang debit card.
Yeah.
Alam ko si Marvin, advocate to ng savings muna bago mag-loan or, right.
Okay naman. I think okay naman credit card as long as
Okay.
they can pay it off naman.
Right. All right. So, interesting. So, at least, here, Marvin gave us some ways, no, how you can get into the space. I love the analogy that you created, like having a wallet. You need to go into the exchange, no? Para siyang money exchange nga naman. Actually, right now, if you wanna change, for example, your peso into dollar, traditionally, you would go to a money exchange or to a bank to have it changed. But since we're dealing with crypto, you go to different exchanges that you find online, decentralized exchange. All right.